If you're living in America right now, you probably feel like you're in the depths of despair. How did we get here? How could this happen? The day-to-day just feels heavy. Sometimes it feels impossible. Money is tight. You look on the news and a lot of people don't even watch the news anymore because it's just so depressing. It's easy to understand how so many people in the world, in the country, are just feeling hopeless, depressed. Like how how can we go on? What is the way through this? How can we make change? It's difficult to have any kind of safety, feel like there is any kind of security right now. And it's difficult to have psychological safety when the very real basic needs feel like they're not being met. The quality of our air is threatened, of our food, of our water. And it seems like nobody's really looking out for us, the people. Houses are unaffordable. Everything really is. Our reproductive rights are being threatened. And those are basic needs in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And then you go to the next level, and it's difficult to find work. It seems like AI is threatening a lot of people's jobs, and who cares? It seems like it's hard to find people to truly speak up and make a difference, particularly the people in power. There's a crisis of isolation in this country, especially amongst older people that I see all the time. But I would say everybody is pretty isolated and struggling to find community and yearning for community. And so, with all of these, how can we accomplish our dreams, be the people who we want to be for ourselves, for our family? I think of that, but I also think that so many of us are so hopeful. We always carry with us this glimmer or flicker of hope, this seed of hope that we just are looking for the right conditions to water and grow. And it seems so difficult to find those conditions right now. But I would say that seed of hope continues to live within us. And so, how do we find those ways to water it? And it's going to look different for everybody. But I think a basic thing that we all need is community and social contact, getting outside. And I think that even walking, people underestimate, in my opinion, the power of walking, getting outside if you can, and walking around the neighborhood. I see people that come to the mall and just walk at the mall. And that seems to be their exercise for the day, but they're out, they're being active, they're seeing people, they're outside. And so I think being outside, being in nature, so we can be reminded of the beauty, um, the restoration, just the life that's around us. um, and also finding some sort of community. It's so difficult to make, or it seems to be so difficult to make friendships in real life these days, especially because so many of us are just bogged down by what it takes to live. You know, Work takes up so much time, then you have family. And oftentimes it seems like there's little room outside of the give and take of those two. And, while in-person interaction, I think, is really important, at this point, finding community through social media, things like YouTube, Instagram, even TikTok, I think are great compromises. And I think compromise isn't even fair because through those channels, I have found some really great connections that have helped me personally and professionally. And I believe that through those channels, you can find conditions to help water that seed of hope and help remind us that yes, the despair is there, it's very real and it feels heavy, and there's still a lot of good. So those are my uh, those are my takeaways for today, and I hope that somebody out there finds them helpful. Of course, I'd like to add as well, being a psychiatrist who sees the importance of therapy, that during times like this, having people to talk to, I think therapy can be helpful for a lot of people. So I strongly encourage that as well. And if you're in North Carolina, I'm happy to speak with you. But if you're not in North Carolina and you're looking for someone to help kind of guide you through some sort of coaching as well, whether it's short term or long term, I'm happy to help because times are really hard right now for a lot of people, and we could all use sometimes some hand holding and some help that feels genuine.